Previously on What the Flumph. Have you seen Londi?
Not since he left here with you the other day.
We left and everything was fine. We were headed back. And he just said he had to go when he left. I figured he'd be back this morning, but...
When Alec checks out Londi's shop, the door is locked.
Yeah, it looks like there's no getting in through the door. I'll check for windows outside.
There is a window about where you'd expect. You bring down the dagger. The dagger goes completely through the window and shatters it.
Well, it's open, right?
Well, now, they always say that thieves return to the scene of the crime, but I've never seen it in person myself. Got a bit impatient, I see.
Another day gone by. You're getting more and more confident and competent with your chosen tools. Now what?
Go to bed.
Alec is standing alone in a black void. You see in the distance a small pinprick of light, and as you walk towards it, you can just make out what it is. It is arms and hands floating, reaching out to you. And then just when the hands have reached you, they grab you, covering your mouth and face and eyes with fingers and palms. You wake up. You're heading out of town?
I'm going.
So you loop around the tower and you're heading south. You're not far off the path into the woods when you see a band of 3 bugbears drawing plans in the sand and yelling about the tower.
I would watch to see what they're doing, to see if they separate or if they're still staying together.
The big one does send one of them off towards the tower.
I am going to, between where the bugbear camp is and where the bugbear has been sent off, place between those 2 spots a tripwire attached to a stick of dynamite. If they come to investigate, they get blown up. I would then move to the one who is investigating the tower. That's crit.
If this were Fallout, he would explode into guts.
I would just use my move action to kind of place myself so that the quickest path to get to me is through the trap that I laid if they charge at me.
Alright, let's roll initiative.
I rolled a 2. I'm upset.
You go last.
I figured.
They just saw you pretty
Murder their
swiftly
friend,
murder, if not their friends, then their comrade in arms.
Yeah.
And the leader is a little shocked, is how I'm going to explain how he's not first in initiative order. And the other bugbear is going to charge towards you and trigger that trap. This guy doesn't see it. He runs and gets blown up.
So the dynamite itself, it does have specific damage.
He would make a dexterity saving throw, and he fails it.
So he takes 3d6 damage from this dynamite. 11 damage from the dynamite blast.
11 damage, and does it knock him prone?
That's up to you, since he got to the tripwire. Normally it's just a 5-foot burst of 3d6 damage from dynamite.
I'm going to say that, as is its namesake, the tripwire trips. And so he is prone in front of you. The explosion has set some nearby trees and bushes and grass on fire.
Fair.
Now the leader's up. The leader is also going to run towards you. How far away are you?
So we didn't establish
We
that
didn't establish
first.
it. I think there's maybe 40 feet between them and where they sent their guy. So the bugbear leader is going to run 30 feet towards you, and is going to toss a javelin at you.
My AC is 18 currently.
And it's a 19. So you're going to take 2d6 plus 3. 6. 3. 12 damage. You look shocked.
It's just a lot of damage from a javelin.
Oh, wait. That's if it's in melee.
Okay.
9 damage.
Okay. So took 9 damage from his big dumb javelin. His body is prone on the ground.
And you're up now.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just dash 60 feet completely around them to their buddy who is on the ground using my bonus action. And I'm just going to try to quickly kill the one that's on the ground.
Okay.
If they're prone and I have advantage and they're alone.
Yeah.
It's 26 to hit.
You hit.
So that would be 12 more damage to the one who's already on the floor.
Alright. He's very badly hurt, but not dead.
All right.
That was your bonus action
and
to
my
dash.
standard action. Yeah.
So you still have movement.
Yep, and I've attacked this one, so they can't attack of opportunity me.
Oh, right, you're a swashbuckler.
I would use the remainder of my movement to go into the trees and the brush, past where the fire is making the smoke. So, if, like, this is where I set trees on fire and it's making smoke.
So their vision is obscured.
Around it here, so they can't see where I'm going, ideally.
Yeah. Their vision is obscured when they try to look for you. However, if they move out of the way of that smoke, you're not hidden.
I'm still just in the trees and the brush, so I don't know what that'll get me. But yeah, I would move there, and then that's my turn, I guess.
Alright. The bugbear you just whacked gets up and begins running away.
That's fair. He gets, what, 90 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets 90 feet away. And now the leader is going to move towards you, or towards the direction they saw you going. Their vision is no longer obscured, and they see you, but they can't get to you. They're gonna throw another javelin. And they fucking miss.
Cool. Alright, so they throw a javelin, they miss. I'm going to, on my turn, let's see, the one who's running away is not able to see me right now.
No, they're facing the other way.
Okay, still within 100 feet of me though, so I'm going to shoot them with a light crossbow.
Okay.
Because why would I not take the advantage shot against the weak one?
Oh, wait, actually, are they only 90 feet away from you?
Yeah, I guess.
Like if you
Then
go
they went
this
90
way,
feet.
then they go
Yeah.
90 feet the other way.
Crossbow, what is its range?
They're about 110 or 120 feet away from you.
So in this case, they're more than 80 feet, so it would be disadvantage on the attack, but they can't see me.
So it would be with advantage, but disadvantage, which would cancel out, right?
Yeah.
Wait, that means... Wait.
That's why you hide from things and you shoot at them from really far away, so you get your normal attack.
I have a fucking... Oh my god.
Snipe people. That's literally what it's made for.
Oh my god.
Because you can...
It doesn't matter. I guess max range matters.
Yes, but it means that I can 320 feet away just attack somebody normally as long as they don't know I'm there.
Wait, what were they both?
They were 15 and an 18.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. That is 11 damage.
He falls to the ground.
I'm then going to, I'm just going to move 30 feet into the woods, and then I'm going to use my bonus action to hide, trying to make sure he can't see my ass.
Alright.
Let's stealth roll. Nice. That's a 23 for stealth.
The final bugbear is going to spend their movement to get to where you were before and pick up their javelin.
Okay.
And then I guess they do a look. They do a look-see.
Alright.
18. They don't see you.
Cool.
They yell out in a sort of fragmented common. What does a bugbear sound like?
That is entirely up to you.
Why you do this?
Speaking is how they know where I am.
Okay.
So I'm gonna, from where I am, gonna shoot him from my hidden state. Boy, those are both rough rolls. I'm guessing a 13 does not hit.
No. Attacking reveals you, correct?
It does.
You are going to have a chance to hide before the
Yeah.
end of this turn, so it doesn't super matter.
I'm just gonna move myself. So they came to where I was before, so I'm 60 feet away from them. I'm going to move another 30 feet away from them, and then hide.
Okay, make a stealth check.
It's a 26.
Alright. Why you do this? And they are going to back up.
How far away?
Like in my head, they're like backing up slowly.
Okay.
15 feet away.
Okay. I can use my move action to close back to 105 feet, and then I can, take a shot from hiding, so even though I'm outside of 80 feet, they're still, I don't get advantage, but I have normal attack. 23 hit.
Yeah, it does.
They take 8, 12, 14, 19 damage. The crossbow bolt flies out of the woods and buries itself in their arm.
Okay.
That means my bonus action to move 30 feet and hide again.
Wait, can you use your bonus action to move and hide?
I use my move action to move, bonus action to hide.
I see.
Hide is moving.
Oh, it is?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought hiding was hiding.
Okay, this dexterity stealth check in an attempt to hide. Okay. So in that case, I would have just attacked him, then moved, then hidden.
Alright.
And I already rolled that. That was a 9 for stealth. So I'm not very stealthy at this point, but I'm still 135 feet away from them.
They grab the bolt out of their shoulder, snap it off so the tip is still in there, and they continue backing up. Why you protect tower? You not like them? You're
Um,
Oh, actually, they're gonna take the dodge action.
that's fair. That's a fair thing for them to do, yes. I'm going to try to take a shot at them. At disadvantage.
All right.
Those are both 2s. So I miss.
Yep, you miss.
And then I would move 30 feet, this time closer to them. So I'm, at that point, 105 feet away?
Yeah.
And then I would just try to hide again. That's much better. That's 27 to hide.
The fire has gotten worse. It's spreading. The bugbear is going to move 30 feet away and then dash 60.
Yeah, I can just shoot at them again. At this point, I mean, they're still within 320 feet, so it's just going to cancel it out. So it's a normal attack roll. Does a 16 hit?
No.
Wow, okay. That's rough for me. Move 30 feet closer, and I'll take the hide action again. Another natural 20 for a 27. Where are these on my attack rolls? I want this bugbear dead.
They run 30 more feet and dash.
So they were at 160. They just added another 90.
250 feet away.
Yeah, so they're 250. I'm going to take another shot at them. Thank you. The 20 modified hits, right?
Yes.
Okay. 15, 20 damage. How are they looking?
They're bloodied.
Cool. I've done 19 and 20, so I've done 39 damage to the bugbear.
The fire has gotten much worse.
Gonna move 30 feet closer to this bugbear, so that puts them at 220, and then I'm gonna take the hide action again. And that's only gonna be a 10 for stealth. I don't know if they see me or not, considering how far away they are.
Alright, so you move 30 closer?
Mhm.
Alright, they move 30 away and dash,
So
so now they are 280 feet away from you.
yeah, I'm gonna go 90 feet on a dash, so I'm 200 feet away after my move and my dash, and then I'm gonna take a shot at them with disadvantage. Yeah, no, that's a nat 1 on one of these boys.
They're gonna move 30 feet away and attempt to hide behind a tree.
My perception's only a 5, so I don't know.
A 5 with modifier?
Yep.
You don't see them.
Okay. At the very least, I know they went behind a tree to break cover. Well, to break line of sight.
This fire is getting pretty big and terrible. What was once a fire in like a 10 by 10 area is now stretching about 80 feet.
Londi Glud is going to look around, take a moment, nod to themselves at the forest fire, nod to themselves at the bugbear running away, and I'm going to go run down and away towards the sea cave.
Okay, you're gonna run
fuck
south.
off now.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly loot the bugbear's friends.
Alright. You find a number of shitty javelins, morning stars. You find their weapons. Here's a question. So it says that like the weapons you find are typically not in great condition. But like they seem to be doing damage with them fine.
Yeah, that's a good question. Part of it's like they might not sell for much.
Yeah.
Like the javelins I don't need.
And each of them is wearing hide armor and has a shield if you want to strip
about
them.
the hide armor. Don't give a shit about the shield. Do any of them have any gold or anything else on them?
No. One of them has a radish.
Yeah. I'm going to take the morning stars because those are probably worth more money. And then I'm going to leave the rest of their shit where it is. I'm going to fuck off.
Alright. As you make your way out of the forest towards the south, you hear the crackling of the fire behind you. It's now 6 p.m. The sun is mid-set. Continuing walking south gets you to the coast at about 8. So you've made it to the coast. Looking over the edge, you see that you are not directly above the sea cave, but it's like down and to a side. Like if you were to climb down and then move to the left, the entrance to the sea cave, but it is currently flooded.
Okay. As I was moving, I assume I could have used some of that time to have myself a short walk and rest to get some hit die back here.
Yeah.
Alright, so back up to 29 hit points, and I have 1 hit die left. Yeah, I mean, at that point, waiting for the sea cave to clear, essentially. Alright. Making my way around the area. I would stealth and kind of investigate the area just to see if there's tracks of anybody being around this zone recently. Like going towards the sea cave at all.
Give me a stealth roll.
Stealth roll is a 15.
And a nature. Or survival. Either or.
Survival, which is a 23 on a nat 20.
There have been no recent tracks in this particular area. And any tracks that would have been down by the sea cave have likely been washed away fairly soon after.
Okay, I would wait for the sea cave entrance to clear with the tide. So this is a thing where I don't know how willing the party is to fuck around for a little while, / how easy it's going to be to fast track past this if I decide to. Pardon me, and this would just be Londi thinking, is he may want to sit here for an entire night to see when the tide comes back in, to know like what his timeline is. Like, so take the night, observe when it stops, when it starts, sleep during the day, and then go in the next night, is what I'm thinking. So, yeah, Londi would, like, find himself a place nearby where he can observe the tides going to the sea cave, but can, like, if he can put himself in a tree or put himself in the lee of a rock, like somewhere where he's hard to see, and he would go and cover up his tracks coming from the forest to where he is, and then just hide in and hunker down. Just observe overnight, and then rest during the day.
So you see that at 1 a.m. the tide goes out and it becomes safe to travel down. And you watch and you see that at about 3 a.m. the tide begins coming back in. And at 3:20 it is fully in.
I would post up where I am, keep an eye out, probably just stay awake through the next day until like, you know, noon-ish or like 1 or 2 p.m.
And that's probably a long rest, right? You don't need to sleep for a long rest.
Like, you can just relax for long rest. My idea was they're going to sleep in the afternoon into the night so they can wake up and go do this.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're going to sleep at like 3. I would have, in the extra time I had been sitting there after I'd hidden myself and covered up my tracks, placed some tripwire snares for alarms near me, a couple hunting traps, like off the path towards my location.
How many of those do you have?
I have 1 hunting trap and a good deal of rope and wire. So I can probably make 3 tripwires kind of in a wide triangle around where I am. At kind of the edge of those tripwires coming in through my blind spot, I would put the hunter's trap, and I would spread caltrips on the ground leading to my position, kind of dust over them a little bit so they're a little harder to see, and basically just do everything I can to go, if I am asleep and something comes in, I should hear it coming.
Alright. That makes sense to me.
Yep, just sit in the lee of the rock and try to get some sleep.
Alright, so you wake up.
I think Adelaide, gets up and gets her packing.
Same shit as
Yup.
usual. You make your cinnamon oatmeal.
Yeah, Alex is gonna try to mix some flavors this time around. Like, try to improve on it. Like, make the cinnamon more subtle. Maybe add a little bit of vanilla flavor to it. Like, really make this a fucking bomb-ass oatmeal.
Your mastery of the flavors is unrivaled. As you do it, you remember how good Lassery's pastries used to taste, and you think, that's how she did it.
I do have her soul inside of me.
Whatever you say. Adelaide appears back at your place.
Hey, how's that oatmeal?
It's good. Try some.
That's some good oatmeal.
Did Londi say he'd be done with the map?
He said couple days.
So not today. And I think he'd be annoyed with us visiting.
That's true.
Let's give it another day. And
Yeah.
Alec would grab some more target stuff and head out into the field.
We should get Ushug.
We should get Ushug?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You go get Ushug. I'll go out into the field.
Cool. I'll meet you there.
All right. You get out to Ushug's house, and even though it's early, she's been out there chiseling that mahogany door. Still, but it's no longer recognizable as a door. It's looking more like a big wooden disc.
Ushug!
Adelaide, you're back!
Hey! Yeah. They're weird fish people. It was weird. That was crazy. What are you making?
Well, like I told you, I'm working on my commission.
Yeah, what's your commission though?
I don't know. I don't know what it is I'm making.
You don't know what you're making?
No, they sent along some specifications, and I'm working on that.
Huh.
So what'd you get me?
Oh yeah.
You said you'd get me something good
Oh,
from that treasure map.
that's true.
It is.
I'm gonna be totally honest. We went to a place that was abandoned. And also we haven't gone to the place that's on the treasure map yet. So that gift is to be decided.
Okay. All right.
Later. Yeah.
I can wait.
I remembered though.
So what are you up to today?
Alec and I've been training out in the fields, you know?
Hmm.
You wanna come?
Well, I should really keep working on this.
Ah. Fine.
You want to help me with this?
No.
Well,
I don't know how to woodwork. If it were made of metal, maybe I could do something, but
you don't think there's any transferable skills?
if you hammer wood, it just turns into dust.
I mean, I have chisels.
It's true, but you don't chisel a sword.
All right, get on with you.
Okay, I'll see you later.
I'll see you later, Adelaide. Give Alec a kick in the pants for me.
Yeah.
And she sends you on your way.
I go back to the field.
All right, Riley, make two wild magic checks for me.
Passed both of them.
Cool. Adelaide shows up as Alec is destroying some more bottles.
Ushag was making some weird disc thing.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, she didn't know what it was.
Yeah. Oh, well. You gonna keep fighting the dummy?
Yeah, I'll fix the dummy. But how are your bottles going?
It's going well. And Alec is working on right now thinking different thoughts as he's casting spells, like emotions. That's what he's been working on to help him discover origin of thought. I don't know if that affects the spell casting at all, Sammy.
It's not changing the spell at all, but at first it was difficult to think about anything other than the spell while you were casting it.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're able to multi-track drift, as it were.
Yeah, Alec would keep working on that and like taking notes and stuff. Like, what are easy things to think about while casting spells? What are hard things to think about while casting spells?
All right. Another day of training goes by.
Should we check on Londi?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
You make your way back to the tavern. It's open. It's bustling now. Everyone has gotten off from their jobs and come to unwind.
I knock on Lundy's door.
Boom, boom, boom. And there's no answer.
Knock on the door again.
Boom, boom, boom. There's no answer.
I try and open the door.
It's locked.
Ah.
I know he's gonna get mad at us, but do you want to go through the window again?
Yeah.
So the window still has not been replaced.
I poke my head through.
Make a dexterity save.
Oh no. Okay. 21.
So you take an initial 1 damage because you weren't paying attention. You didn't look, and you got caltropped. But you avoid any further contact with the caltrops.
Okay. He put that trap back up.
Oh no. Alec takes the quarterstaff again and tries to poke off the net.
Make a strength or dexterity save with disadvantage.
That is a 9.
Strength or dexterity?
Dexterity.
So you're trying to nimbly, get under the net with your quarterstaff and detach it from the glue, but unfortunately, all you succeeded in was sort of getting your quarterstaff tangled in that. And make an athletics check.
That is a shit. My app just closed on me. Fuck. It's good. They rolled a good dice.
What is it?
I rolled a 17. I got a 19. No, 18.
Yeah, you're able to loose your quarterstaff, but you haven't been able to get rid of the net.
Great. I'm gonna try again.
All right, make a strength or dexterity save.
That's a 22.
And you are able to dislodge the net right as someone walks by. It's an elf, a young elf, just sort of staring at you. His eyes covered by his overgrown hair and bangs. What are you doing?
We're fixing this window.
I don't think that's...
Here's 5 gold. You didn't see anything. And I give him 5 gold.
He takes the 5 gold and he says, I didn't see anything?
You didn't
Nothing.
see anything.
I saw you try to break into the tavern.
Nope.
Yeah.
No, but
And he holds out his other hand.
I give him 5 more gold.
He puts both his hands in his pockets and he walks away.
we should steal that gold back.
Yeah, you're right.
No, you shouldn't. And now he's gone.
We go through the window.
All right, you're inside.
Alec, what was our plan?
Find out where the fuck he is.
How late is it right now?
It's like 9 o'clock.
He's probably not in bed yet, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. He might be back at some point.
Should we wait in here for him?
Yeah, let's wait.
Okay.
Okay, how long do you wait? Like, are y'all planning on sleeping here if it comes to it?
We would wait like 2 hours, just normal waiting, and then if afterwards he's still not back, Alec would start searching the desk and like notes he's taken on the map and stuff.
Cool. So 2 hours pass. It's 11 o'clock. He's still not there. The noise inside the tavern has just gotten more raucous.
Do you think this is like his day off or something?
It might be. Let's, I don't know, come back tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go home.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, you both go back to your respective beds. Alec, roll me a wisdom save.
Okay, that's a 10.
You have that same dream again. The hands are coming at you. You know what's going to happen, so you don't even attempt to walk towards them at first. You run back as far as you can, but again, it's like you're running in place. This time, as the hands cover you, you see the faint outline of an eye superimposed over everything else. And you wake up. Take 1 point of exhaustion.
All right. If Alec wakes up exhausted, he's going to just try to go back to sleep.
Okay.
As you transfer 4 hours, nothing seems to happen, but when you open your eyes, you do see a relatively large bird just kind of next to you, looking at you. Like a seagull.
Yeah, it's just
like a big seagull.
Kind of look over at the bird, look away from the bird, look back over at the bird. You fucking need something, bud. You're gonna want to leave before I shoot you. Shoot!
And as you lift your hand to shoo, the seagull flies away.
Get myself up from my
And
trance.
what time do you trance till?
If I started trancing around like, let's say noon, it's like 4 p.m. So I'm guessing it's not, the sun hasn't set, but it's getting low. I would use the remaining light to collect up my traps, because I don't need them at this point. And then, yeah, I would place myself back into stealth, and I'm waiting for 1 a.m. at this point.
Alright. It is now 1 a.m.
Okay.
We're gonna zoop. Tide has just finished coming out.
Mhm.
What up?
I go into the sea cave. I have the dark vision.
Make an athletics check to climb down safely.
It is relevant at this point to mention I have climbing batons, a hammer, and rope.
Yeah, you can just belay down. Yeah, you get
Okay.
down.
I guess that's kind of the point of the baton.
Yeah. You have made your way down to the entrance of the sea cave. It is 1 a.m.
Yeah, once I'm down there, I have the light collection of rope and the baton, so that's fine where it is. I have dark vision, so I don't need a torch. I would stealth my way and check the entrance of the cave for traps as I make my way in.
Make a stealth check and Just make a stealth check first.
That's an 8.
Was that in that one?
It was.
And tell me how you look for traps.
Basically, once I was in from the front where the water usually flows through, most of what I'm looking for are, at this point, things that would survive water. Magical runes, traps that would require pressure plates that water wouldn't trigger. So it basically would be looking like for the lining of things to look for like plates or runic markings.
Okay. Yeah. Make a perception check.
14.
There's no runes or otherwise traps that pop to vision.
I would kind of make my way through around the side of the entrance. So not going in through the middle. Kind of like, not touching the wall, but sort of like right side to a wall kind of thing to keep my bearings as I move in. So right now, coming in through the right side, what do I see inside of the first area?
So the sea cave winds forward, and then there's a slope leading down.
Are there signs like on the walls or on the slope of like a water line of how high the water gets to in this chamber typically? Like basically, is there a point where the water doesn't get any higher?
No.
Okay, so once I was in there and I made sure there wasn't really anything of interest in that specific area, I would mark the walls with white chalk as I'm going along, basically making myself, a notification of which way's out so that I don't get lost. And with my dark vision, I can see the white markings stand out against the black walls of the cave. Also, at this point, because I'm in the cave or ruin at this point, I can use archaeology. Does it appear that this cave was used for a specific purpose or modified in any way by human activity?
The slope is definitely a modification.
So I would start proceeding down the slope. I'm being careful here just to make sure I don't fall. Every about 20 feet or so, I'm making a chalk marking on the wall. Once I was far enough down the slope, but I hadn't really investigated the section yet, I would be keeping an eye out for traps as I moved.
You get to a point where, and you've been moving fairly cautiously.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You get to a point where the slope levels off, and in front of you, you see a wall covering the entire rest of the cave. In the center of the wall, you see a large stone door with a silver cup fitted into the center of it with a small inscription above it.
What is the inscription?
The inscription reads, "Give to receive." Make a perception check.
That's a 5, unfortunately, because I rolled like shit. I was going to specifically ask to investigate the cup itself to see if there were any signs of, blood stains on the silver that may be rusting it, or if there are any signs of, old offerings of gold or other things.
Yeah, there's you missed it with your initial check, but upon looking closer, you see that there are trace amounts of dried blood in the cup.
Cool. I would take out my knife, hold my arm over the cup, and instead of doing it in the middle of my hand like an idiot, in things when they draw blood and they cut the middle of their hand, it's literally the worst possible.
Because then how are you gonna hold?
Yeah, you have to hold things.
Just cut your fingy.
Well, no, your fingers will bleed forever. Really, your best bet is to make a small cut, not a deep cut, just literally a surface level cut on the top of your arm, less than an inch long. It'll heal up fine on its own. Stop bleeding decently quickly. But yeah, make a little cut, get a few drops of blood into the cup, put a quick bandage over it, and just close the sleeve back up, put my glove back on.
Take 1 point of damage. Did you fill it till it was full? Did you fill it till something happened? Did you just fill it a little?
How big is this cup?
Like a goblet that you can get at Walmart.
Kind of look at it. Is there a line on the inside where the blood stains stop on the inside of the cup?
Yes, there is.
Is it all the way at the top, or is it part way up?
It's part way up.
I would fill it until part way up.
All right, take 2 more points of damage. When you fill the cup, the door begins to lift, and it opens into a long corridor. And while this area, I had said before that this area was man-made. It definitely is man-made, but it's not neat.
Yeah, it's not perfectly. It's carved.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like a hallway. It's like a cave.
Yeah.
Just carved by people.
Yeah, they hewed the walls in a way that made it possible for them to move through them more comfortably, but they didn't make a house.
Yeah.
About how long is the corridor? I have 60-foot dark vision.
So the corridor is about 45 feet, and then it opens up into a larger room. In the corridor, you see a skeleton on the ground.
Okay. Does it look like anything specifically has injured this skeleton?
How do you mean?
Do I see a bolt sticking out of them, or do I see any particular way this person might have died?
Oh, I see. No.
Okay. Is it just a skeleton? Are they wearing anything? Do they have any rags or possessions or tooth marks on them or anything like that?
They're wearing rags. Likely they were, at one point, full clothes. Maybe even a tuxedo, if we're assuming this person was a fancy lad.
Got it. And it's just the one skeleton on the floor?
Just the one skeleton on the floor. Make a perception check.
Okay, I don't know if this affects at all me needing to make that perception check. I was going to walk up and bash its skull in. That is a 17 on my perception check.
Cool. You see 2 things as you're walking up to bash its skull in. It's holding a palm-sized stone in its hand, and there is what looks to be a pretty crudely hidden passage to your right.
Okay, before or after the skeleton?
At about the same.
Okay. Before I got all the way to the skeleton, I would quickly check to make sure there weren't any traps as you moved past that hidden passageway.
Okay.
That's only an 11 on perception, unfortunately.
You don't see any traps.
Okay. Before I walked up to the thing, I was going to shoot it in the face with my crossbow.
Instead of just bashing it?
Yep.
Alright.
It's on the ground, so it is prone. Yeah, it's a 24. So I'm guessing I hit a stationary skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
8, 9, 14 damage.
Yeah, its skull explodes.
Cool. Just making sure it's dead. As dead as could possibly be. And it had a small, smooth stone in one hand, you said?
Yes, it did.
I would kind of come up and just kind of retrieve my crossbow bolt, quickly kind of move the stone over out of its hand just to see if there's anything special about the stone.
The stone has writing on it. It says Wrongtious.
What?
Wrongtious. WRONGTEOUS.
Does that mean anything to me?
No.
Okay, that's all that's written on it.
Mm-hmm.
Make an Arcana check just to make sure it's not magical.
Go for it.
16.
It's not magical.
I look at the stone. I look at the idiot in rags.
I am actually going to say something. Just a little background on Palin that you would know. So, they used to be known as Palin the Merciless, but then something happened, and they retired from their life of piracy and became Palin the Pious. And then they became obsessed with,
goodness
atoning.
And all that good shit. I would take a minute then, once I made sure I didn't care about the stone, I would make a note of where it was, make a chalk mark to indicate the secret passage. I would take a look into the secret passage to see, like, how far does it go? Can I see the end of it?
It is a winding path.
Just off to the right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make a note that it's there, and I'm going to go look into the main chamber up ahead. What does it look like? What's in that big main chamber?
So in this chamber, there's a lot of rotten wood stacked up in the corner. At the far end of the room is a path leading to the right.
Just a bunch of rotted wood in here. It looks like it might be like old crates or something.
Yeah. Maybe building equipment or
Okay.
supplies for whoever was working here.
I would just make a quick perception check as I kind of go over what's in the room, just to make sure there's nothing of value among the rubble.
All right.
That's a 12.
Yeah, there's nothing really in here.
Okay. I would check off the path over towards the right. Does it wind off? Does it continue straight? What can I see down that path?
The path towards the right takes you to a large circular room, which, unlike everywhere else, is actually very carefully and precisely built. Carefully built stone walls. Far wall has the frame of a door sealed by rock, and there are heaps of stones on the floor of the room.
Since I'm now in a different kind of ruin or dungeon, can I ascertain the purpose or use of this particular room, what it was built for?
It was built for the same purpose as the rest of it, to hide Palin's treasure.
I would take some time to make sure there were no secret entrances in or out of this particular circular room. There's a 17 on the perception check.
There is the entrance that you enter from, and there is the
Stoned up door.
The stoned up door. But when you look around, you see that above the door that you came in is another similar rock to the one that's covering the door on the other side.
Okay, so like a big slab of some kind?
Yeah.
Okay. Once I saw that there was a big slab hanging above the door that I used to get in, I would kind of make my way back into the hallway I used to enter so that thing doesn't close on me. And I would just sort of look at the room I was in, that circular, finely constructed room, see if there's any kind of mechanism or any kind of lever or device that appears to be put in place to, like, move or affect any part of the room.
Let me tell you some more stuff. I'm sorry. So when you were examining the room, there were stones on the floor. Each of the stones were inscribed with the word Wrongtious, just like the stone with the skeleton.
And the dead guy's hand, yeah.
The far wall houses that sealed door, and beside the door is a hole just large enough to pass a carved stone through. And there's an inscription near the hole. Do wrong to begin judgment. Do wrong again to do right.
I would take a look at the entranceway that I came in that was open. Is there another similar rock-shaped hole on this side of the room as well?
No.
Having seen everything I kind of can from here, I'd go back to where I saw the skeleton man, and I would make my way down that winding passageway. Again, marking with chalk so I don't get lost. Does it, like, wind to anything? Does it separate or split?
It does not split. It's a single winding, cramped passage, and you emerge into a chamber with a stone altar along the far wall. On the floor are a dozen stone tablets with carvings on them, and there's 4 figures slumped in front of the altar.
The tablets that I can see, do they seem to have any specific words on them? Say anything specifically that I can see from here?
From the entrance to
Yeah.
the room? No.
I, from the entrance to the room, going to take a moment, put a hunter's trap at the entrance to the passageway from the room. I'm going to throw some caltrops onto the floor in front of that. What else do I have here? Yeah, I mean, I've done those couple of things. That's really all I need to do for that one spot. So their bodies, they're slumped before the altar. Are they in just robes or rags? Are they in sailor's gear?
Sailor's gear.
So, would you say that the way they're slumped before this altar, basically a 5-foot burst is 10 feet across.
Okay.
If an effect was 10 feet across, would it hit all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dynamite?
Yeah, I'm thinking of it, because they're sitting there in front of these tablets, and they are weird looking. Don't know if Londi's going to do anything about it yet. He's ready to. Londi's going to take out one of his ball bearings and toss it onto the other side of the room so it clinks off a wall near the things and see if they respond.
So you're throwing a ball bearing
So go plink
at the far end of the wall? Yeah, you hear a voice, a ragged voice, echo through the chamber. Wrong. And then you hear 3 more voices echo through the chamber, repeating the same thing as the 4 figures get to their feet.
Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Sammy, your friendly neighborhood dungeon master. I hope that you're enjoying the episode. If you like what you hear, please consider subscribing on whatever platform it is that you listen to us on, whether that's Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and leave a little review. Tell people that you think might be interested that, hey, there's this podcast. It's pretty new, and I'll let you figure out how to describe it to them. But regardless of if you subscribe or rate or tell your friends, I do appreciate you listening. Thank you. It's a lot of work, but it's getting better every time, I think, and thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day. Black Lives Matter. Bye.
Are they just standing up, or are they turning around like they're going to come towards me?
They're turning around as they stand up.
Londi takes the dynamite, strikes it, and he rolls it into the middle of the room. The dynamite only has a 5-foot burst radius, only does 3d6 damage. It technically does not break structures because you're supposed to lower dynamite into things in holes so that it cracks stuff. It's not actually a very good explosive by itself. I just wanted that stated so that I'm rolling this across the floor at the middle of all of them. It's just
Right.
DC 12 reflex save when it's just the dynamite by itself.
All but 1 take full damage.
The ones that take full damage take 15 damage. The one that takes half takes, what would that be, 8.
Alright, roll initiative. What'd you get?
16.
Alright, you're up.
So the passageway behind me is winding. So could I use a move action to break line of sight in the passageway, use my bonus action to hide, and then use my action to lean out and shoot at them?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do that. See if I hide well.
Alright.
I hope I did. It's a 23 for my stealth. So I would attack then from stealth. I'll pick Hurt Boy number 1. I don't care which one that is. That is a 19 hit Hurt Boy number 1.
Yes, it hits.
Hurt Boy number 1 takes 18 damage.
Hurt Boy number 1 is Dead Boy number 1.
Cool.
Wrong. And your bolt rips their jaw right off, nails it to the wall behind him.
Cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
Just Londi, just fuck this. So yeah, I shot that one. So that's my turn. Because they might come towards me, it is relevant to mention.
You got the caltrops and the
Hunter's Trap.
Hunter's
The caltrops are a DC 15 dex save. If they fail to save, their movement stops and they take 1 damage.
And does
then-
caltrops go away when it does that, or?
So it's affecting the area. So they only get affected by it and stopped once.
But it could affect all of them.
But it could affect all of them, and they lose 10 feet of their speed until they heal the damage, I think.
All of them walk towards you.
Okay.
They get right up to the caltrops.
Okay. They're not in them yet, though. Okay.
Not in them yet, no.
All right, my turn?
Yep.
Okay. I'm still at the wind in the passageway to break line of sight, so I'll use my bonus action to try to hide.
All right.
It's a 23 stealth, so I would shoot at Hurt Boy number 2.
Hurt Boy number 2.
Does a 19 hit Hurt Boy number 2?
Yeah, it does.
Hurt Boy number 2 takes 8, 9, 14 damage.
Hurt Boy number 2's fucking dead.
Just kill another one of them. At this point, Londi's gonna look at him and go, that wasn't that fucking hard, no, was it, Londi? Calm the fuck down, you nervous bastard. Like, whispering to himself a little bit.
What happens to this skeleton when you shoot him is you get him in the shoulder, and his arm flies up, hits him in the head, and his head goes flying.
Londi's doing alright. Londi's feeling good.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I would, I guess.
Hurt Boy number 3, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing that they would do, I'm not moving anywhere, I would just let the light crossbow drop onto the ground and take out my double-bladed scimitar.
You are still a good, 15 feet away.
That's fine, but if they get past the hunter's trap and the caltrop, then they'll, I'm past the wall for line of sight, so I'm...
Right. Alright, Hurt Boy number 3 is going to walk on the caltrops.
Alright, DC 15 dex.
4.
He takes 1 damage and he's stuck.
Alright, and the
Hurt
Hurt Boy number 4 is going to also walk on the caltrops.
DC 15 dex.
That 1.
Stuck in 1 damage.
So both of them are stuck there.
Londi's going to kind of look. And I don't think they have ranged attacks from what I've seen, so they're just stuck. You technically draw or stow a weapon.
They're going to dodge.
Okay. I mean, they have their actions, so they could.
They do, but it just feels so stupid to me. Picturing, and this fucking zombie is doing a little jig, trying not to get hit by your sword.
Serpentine on the rocks.
They're not going to do that.
That's fair. Yeah, I would drop the scimitar, draw the light crossbow as a free action, and then I would try to hide again, because I'm still at the point that breaks line of sight. It's only a 13 stealth this time. They might see me.
It's a 13 minus 2.
They do not see me. I'm going to shoot Hurt Boy number 3. 21 hits Hurt Boy number 3, yes?
No.
Oh, jeez.
Hurt Boy number 3 is a chain devil.
Look at me rolling this damage still.
Is that a perfect?
No. These are, this isn't. That's 12 to 17 damage. I'm sorry, 19 on Hurt Boy number 3. Hurt Boy number 3, just a nice crossbow bolt to pin their corpse to the wall. Just.
Yep. They're pinned to the wall right next to the jaw of Hurt Boy number 1. The final zombie moves off of the caltrops.
Trap now.
And how does it get past the hunter's trap? What's
so it's
that?
a DC 13 dex save.
It makes it. It does a little hop.
Yep. It has lost 10 feet of speed, so can it get to me?
No, it cannot. It moves 10 feet, and assuming you haven't moved at all, it's still 5 feet from you.
Okay. Londi, on his turn, is going to drop the crossbow, pick up the double-bladed scimitar, walk up, and just try to chop this thing up. Well, I'm still technically not in line of sight from it. I'll stay behind the pillar with my crossbow. I've got the 5 feet. I'm going to try to hide. It's a 9 stealth. They very well should see me.
That 1.
Oh my god. These fucking zombies.
Where is my mind?
26, I'm guessing, hits this fucking zombie. That's 19 damage to this zombie.
What happens to Hurt Boy number 4?
Hurt Boy number 4, at this point, Londi's gotten pretty confident. He just kind of, looks around the corner. He fires his crossbow so it catches them under the jaw and pins their skull to the ceiling.
Pins their whole body to the ceiling. They're just kind of dangling there. It's going to be a dexterity save to get through without getting accidentally kicked in the head.
By the dead body.
Yeah.
Sure, Londi's just going to crawl under them.
Alright, you've dodged the dex save by crawling under.
Undo the hunter's trap and collect my caltrips.
Do you have a way of telling time?
For my character?
Yeah.
They would kind of...
If you were outside, you'd know what time...
If I was outside, I would know what time it is. Once I was inside, they've been kind of playing it a little bit by ear at this point. Me as a player knows that I've done a couple of rooms worth of exploration based on the actions that I've taken. Londi would assume he's been in here for about an hour and he needs to kind of hurry up.
At any rate, no water has
come in yet. Okay. So yeah, at that point, I would make my way, collect my traps, make my way past the skeletons, and I would check the tablets to see what they say.
Here's a question. Is the hunter's trap resettable?
Yes,
if they had triggered it. Okay, cool.
I could collect it again, and it's literally just one of those.
Cool. That's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure.
That's fair.
And you have one less caltrop because it's stuck in that guy's foot. Oh, you get it?
Yeah.
All right. You got a gross caltrop.
Yep. Prestidigitation.
Okay, yeah. You look at the tablets, and they are fucking nonsense.
Just bullshit.
It is rambling. Exalts the virtues of a god whose name it does not mention, and it also threatens to unleash wrath upon wrongdoers. Make an investigation check.
9.
It is the ramblings of a lunatic.
I would quickly look over the corpses to make sure they didn't have any items of interest or value on them.
Nothing.
Yeah, and I guess I would quickly just take a crossbow bolt and just tap the walls just to make sure none of them were fake. And then I would make my way back through the winding passageway, back to the main hall. How many Rangsha stones were in the perfectly made room?
A lot.
Like, enough.
Like all over the fucking floor.
Yeah.
Like piles of them.
I would go back over towards that room. I would go in there. I would collect up some Rangsha stones. In the room with the crates and what looked like building supplies, were there any, like, lengths of crowbar, like, anything that looks sturdy?
No.
Back over into the room I was in with the Rangsha stones, I would assemble a few of the stones that I'm not going to use underneath the door I'm coming in. And I would place my crowbar kind of in the doorway so that if the door suddenly started to close, it would hit the crowbar first. Then I would go over to the other side, and I would kind of look up to see if I can see if the door on the other side looks like it raises up.
Yeah, it raises up.
Is there anything like another level above me that I can see or anything like that?
No.
I would put a Rangsha stone into the hole.
Alright. So you put one of the Rangsha stones through the hole, and the door that you entered from drops down. And high or low?
High.
On impact, your crowbar gets back into the room with you. And the door dropping and hitting the crowbar has slowed its descent enough that the stones that you placed keep it from closing fully.
Okay.
So that happens, and radiant light flashes throughout this chamber.
It's probably just to keep undead from getting through here.
Make a constitution check.
Dude, why? Every time to me. On con saves. You asshole. It's a nat 1 for a total of 4.
You're blinded.
It seemed like it's gonna go away.
The blinding?
Yes.
Yes. It's like a flashbang.
The second I was blind, then I would kind of retreat into a corner, just weapon out.
Alright, great. Because 3 shadows emerge. Roll initiative.
22.
I think this is going to be tough for you.
Well, it's just...
With the fact that you're blinded.
The blinding thing is annoying. But it is what it is. Because apparently this character can't roll con saves.
Even though you have a +3. Unlucky. You're first. So you have moved into the corner?
Yeah. I would have moved into the corner. I'm still blinded right now. So there's shadows, but I can't quite tell what they are at the moment. But I know where the door that just opened was. And the shadows are in the room. Did they like come out of the door, or did they drop from the ceiling?
They come from cracks in the floor.
Okay. Just to see how long this blindness is actually going to last. I'm only going to like retreat towards the back, but like move towards the open door with his movement, and then use their action to dodge and use their bonus action just to, disengage, just to get themselves closer to that door. So basically, if the shadows came up here, they would have gone, nope, over towards where that door is, and just the dodge action in the doorway, waiting to see if the flashbang effect wears off.
It's going to last 1 minute.
Jesus Christ. Londi is probably going to, now that I'm in the doorway, probably going to put, like, scimitar in the left hand, right hand on the wall, and try to follow the passageway, right hand on the wall, see how far they can get, pretty much.
The passageway?
The one that opened up. Did the other door not open?
No.
The Rangsha stones on the other side are keeping the door open, but I imagine not enough for someone to slip through. Yeah, so for the first round, he is gonna dip over and do the dodge and disengage thing, so we'll get whatever those attacks are. The next round after that, he's gonna chuck another Rangsha stone into the hole.
Alright, so first round, you
move
dodge
over,
and disengage.
Dodge, disengage into the corner.
So these attacks are all made with disadvantage. Oh, right. Oh, right. Fuck. This is real bad. If there were anything other than shadows...
Yeah, it'd probably be fine, but their shadows are just amorphous.
No, I mean specifically because of how they attack. Strength drain. Well, one, it does damage if it hits you. It also reduces your strength score by 1d4. If your strength score is reduced to 0, you die. Their challenge is 1/2.
That does not make sense. I don't know what they have for hit points. I don't know how they work, but for this round, I'm getting attacked, so.
Yeah.
My AC is 18.
Alright, so first one misses. Second one misses. That was a nat 1. Nice. And the final one misses. That first round is over, and a stone falls from the ceiling.
I'm going to take one of the Raunch's stones near me, and I'm going to put it in the hole in the wall.
Alright. The light
I would
flashes.
have closed my eyes because I knew it was coming.
Okay. The light flashes, and
I was going to say, does it dispel the shades?
they take damage. Each of them takes 2 damage.
I thought it would do more.
Alright. This one hits you. You take 10 damage, and you lose 2 points of strength. We joked earlier about you maybe dying
I'm just
here.
going to die in this room, and I'm going to be very curious to see the stats on these things afterward, because this does not feel balanced. But that's neither here nor there. I failed to save. Okay. So first one hit me.
Miss.
Okay.
Another stone drops from the ceiling.
And putting the stone in the hole just made the light again. It didn't open the other door at all.
No, but they each took damage.
I mean, I can try attacking one, see what it'll do for me. The most I can hope for in a round is 2d8 plus 5 damage, which is just way too little. Unless they have very minimal health to make up for the abilities that they have, it's just straight up not worth trying. Because I have disadvantage on my attacks, so essentially I have like a +2 bonus to hit, which is usually not going to let me hit them. And even if I do hit them, I'm doing very minimal damage. So my only guaranteed damage is the stone in the hole. I don't know. For now, I'll try the dodge thing, and I'll try to take a swing at one of them with my bonus action, but that's all I got for now for this turn. That's actually not bad. An 18 and a 19 on that, so...
Yep, you hit.
I know that I hit them. So that's 8, 5, 13 damage to, let's just call them spook number 1.
It is very bloodied.
Okay. And I got dodge, and that's my turn.
Miss. Hit. You take 9 damage, and you lose 1 point of strength.
Alright.
Another stone falls from the ceiling.
I'll just take the dodge and try to hit the same one I hit before. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay. That is 4 plus 5, 9 damage to that one.
It dies.
Okay. Now I have dodge, and I mean, that's my turn, so.
Miss, and miss.
Okay.
And that's another round. Another stone falls.
Cool. I'm going to dodge and try to hit it again. It's really all I got going at this point. Then a 15 hits, so a 16 hits. That is 9 damage on the one. So it took 2, so that's 11 total. The other one died from 24 damage. So I need to do more. But yeah, I have dodge, and that's my turn.
Miss. I'm sorry, Devon.
It's fine.
You seem so discouraged.
I'm just very stressed. Alright, I'm going to try to hit the one I hit. 15, that hits.
Yep. What's your damage bonus?
Plus 5.
It's dead.
Cool. So I have dodge, and there's just the one more, and it's just Londi blind as shit going,
ah! Oh, that's in that 20.
But the other one isn't.
And an 8. Does a 12 hit?
No.
Alright, you're up.
This might still work. How many rounds have I been blind for now? 5, 6?
Oh, 5.
Just 30 of the most trying seconds of Londi's life. That's 11 damage to this one.
Very bloodied.
Okay, I have dodge. It gets a turn to try to murk me.
It hits. 12 damage. Take 1 point of strength damage.
Cool. Really all I got is try to hit it one more fucking time.
It's been 42 seconds.
Cool. Londi, oh god, that's a 15 to hit.
You hit. What's your bonus damage?
It's a plus 5, that's
It's
a total
dead.
of 8.
You have killed the shades.
They're dead. I would wait to not be blind.
And a stone falls from the ceiling.
Not once I'm not blind, I would go see if the stone is different somehow.
Yeah. You wait 18 seconds. You scrub your eyes, even though you know that's not something you're
Just
supposed to
kind
do.
of-
It just feels right. You give a victorious scream.
It's just a stressed scream from Londi because they in the past few days have been cursed and then almost murdered by shades. He just drinks his health potion. What does the stone say?
The stone says righteous.
I would walk over and I would put the righteous stone in the hole.
Both the doors rise.
Londi would look through the newly opened doorway to see what's through there.
There is a winding path. A winding path.
Londi kind of takes a second. Nome Padre del Spirito Sancti.
Hold on, say that again.
No nome de Padre del Hijo del Spirito Sancti. He crosses himself.
Right. I'm just trying to think if there's...
A D&D equivalent.
Jesus was a stand user.
Anyway.
It's
a winding path. Londi now has enough health. He's dealt with the shades. He's not blind. He's gonna investigate.
Great. Before you do that, though, you are compelled to tell one story from your past where you did a great wrong.
Londi kind of looks at the winding path and just, rubs his temples for a minute. Sorts through the list. Alright, here's a bad thing I did. I let my friend run away with some gold, and yeah, it put me in a bad spot, but apparently he wound up, I don't know, infected somehow in a shitty little port town until he turned into a monster and I had to kill him. So I'm not all that comfortable with the stuff that went down with Matimer. Is that what you want to hear, Mr. Pirate? I fucked up. You happy?
Make a charisma saving throw.
It's a 4.
Take 1 level of exhaustion.
What the fuck with this place?
So you make your way through the...
Yeah. I would, make my way through, just looking for traps and just making sure that I'm not going to stumble into a hole. I'm basically just seeing where this one path leads.
It's not a very long path,
Mm-hmm.
and it empties out into a small chamber with a simple wooden chest.
Is there anything else in the chamber? Words, inscriptions, writing, anything there?
Yes. A handwritten note. It says, "Arr!" Hold on, I'm just getting into the voice. "Here be the truth. All things are not balanced, and neither good nor evil can be weighted against the other. Palin." And when you finish reading it, your feet get wet.
I look at it, my feet get wet. I look at the chest. Does it look trapped or locked in any way?
Make an investigation check.
That's a 13 in the investigation check.
It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay. Is it attached to the floor in any way?
No.
I pick it up and leave.
Okay.
Just straight up leave. I am leaving this dungeon. I am walking the fuck out. I am strapping the chest to my back. And once I make it all the way outside, I would wait, things strapped to me, my shit put together, for the sea level to rise while I'm holding on to my rope and my pittance, and let the sea level raise me further up.
And then climb?
And then make my way over the top.
Okay.
Once I was safely out of the water and back on top with the chest, I'm going to put it down in front of me.
Yeah, you're back at the campsite where
Yep.
you tranced. There's a familiar face there waiting for you.
Look up. Is it the bugbear? Oh, it's the bird. I tossed the bird a ration. Eat the ration, you idiot. I will shoot you.
It waddles over to the ration and starts pecking at it.
I look at the chest. Does it have like a padlock or anything on it?
No.
I'm going to step away from the chest. I'm going to point it at the bird. I'm going to take a hook from my tackle gear, put it in the top of the chest, put the chest against a rock so it has some leverage, and I'm just going to use my rope standing away from it and try to pull the rope so that it opens the top of the chest for me.
Okay.
Is it open?
Yeah.
Does anything happen?
No.
Okay. I kind of come over to look around at the inside of the chest.
Inside the chest, you see a set of silver scales and weights.
Do they look expensive?
How would you define expensive? Like, how much would that be worth?
Can appraise the exact value of art pieces more than 100 years in age.
Okay. You could sell these for 75 gold pieces. And a reminder that in this
That's a lot.
setting, it's 100 to 100 to 100.
So 75
Copper, silver, gold.
Gold pieces is a lot of gold pieces. I have more than this. Still, Londi is not well off.
Is not well off? Or is not well off?
He is decently well off.
Okay.
He had enough gold to pay for the thing, and then with some of the loot and the reward for Matimer, he's not doing terribly. He's still
Pay for the thing?
For the curse removal.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah, so he still has at least.
And
100.
renting those horses before.
Yeah, I mean he still has at least 100 gold.
Yeah.
So he's like, he kind of looks at the set of weights. I would check if they were magical. It's an Arcana check. That's a 12.
Tell me how you check.
So I would look for runes or inscriptions. I would look on the weights themselves for anything that they do. I would grab a couple of pebbles and like maybe a feather from the detritus on the beach, and I would like put the pebbles on one scale and put the feather on the other to see if they do anything.
All right, so you put the pebbles on one scale and you put the feather on the other, and it says that the feather is heavier.
The feather is heavier. I take the rocks off and put my finger on the scale. Am I heavier than the feather?
Are you pushing?
Yes.
Well, when you push, yeah, you're heavier than the feather.
Okay. Take the feather off of the scale. I would put one pebble on one side and one slightly larger pebble on the other.
The slightly larger pebble is heavier.
I would take like a piece of ration and put it on one side of the scale, and then a couple of pebbles and put it on the other.
The couple of pebbles are heavier.
Okay, I would take the couple pebbles off. I would put the feather.
The feather is heavier.
I would take the meat off. I would put on a rock.
The rock is heavier.
Take everything off. Is it matching?
No, it's not magic.
Okay.
Make a investigation check, I guess.
13.
It's broken. The scales do not work, although it is consistently random. If you were to
it doesn't matter the order
Yeah.
or the timing. It's the guy had a broken set of scales and he made up a truth about the world from it. God damn it. Okay. Silver scales, 75 gold pieces. Broken. Palin idiot. And that's kind of Londi Ogala just sitting on the beach with this broken scale, putting random things like, this fucking stupid fucking pirate decided he was all religious and that balance mattered. Then he leaves a note saying, oh, you can't balance anything. Well, maybe you could balance things if you used a fucking scale that wasn't broken, you twat. And he would just pull things from it. He's just holding up the scale. You know what? I'm going to leave you in your fucking box. And you know what? Maybe I'll leave you here for him. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'd be funny. You know what? Nothing else in there was good. Everything else in there sucked. A lot. He like grabs the chest and he just throws it off the cliff into the ocean. And he takes the scales and he puts them in his fucking bag. Packs his shit up. And he goes back to his campsite. He sets his traps back up. Fucking trances for 4 hours to get rid of his exhaustion.
Okay. All right, and your strength in your long rest, your strength score is back to normal.
Londi would trance, wake up in the morning, and he would make his way back to town. I mean, having a map and knowing where he was going and not needing to follow the treasure map anymore, he would just take the most, like, clear route back that avoids the forest fire he made and avoids the fucking Ungrax.
Okay. Here's a question. What are you planning on doing? Are you going to give this to them?
Well, he's going to go back to town. He's probably going to make them go through the dungeon themselves.
Okay.
He's going to see how they do.
And then there's going to be nothing at the end.
There's going to be nothing at the end. At the end, he's either going to reveal that he went there first and he hated it, or at the end, he's going to give them the scales and just go, an idiot said scales are broken. Here, have some fucking broken scales. He'll do something of that nature. He's a dramatic asshole, so he'll do something. And if they really buy into Palin's nonsense, he's probably going to not give them anything. What do you mean? He was fucking right. Do you know what this place is, you idiot?
Wow. This guy's deep.
No, he's just a dick. Trying to hit the woe.
What is it?
I don't know how to do it, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not trying to hit the... Wait, oh, that?
Well, no, that's the hustle. I don't know what you were trying to do.
Do the hustle.